Okay, let's jump on into some channel messages, no tools, and then I'll get into cards. I feel like age has been a theme lately, because I'm seeing like a birthday cake. So, but what it feels like is an argument that's happening like inside. So what I feel like this is about is people that are reacting or making choices and decisions emotionally, but from whatever age they encountered a certain trauma or traumatic experience. So what I mean by that is, for some people, this is either you dealing with someone, or maybe it's you that is young because, so I was saying that they're young. So maybe they're, for example, younger to the point where their prefrontal cortex has not fully developed yet, which I think happens around like mid-20s. So, and been there, done that. I'm 38 at the time of me filming this. So no matter what you try to explain to them, especially if you're trying to have a discussion with them, but they're taking it as like a back and forth or a conflict, that's because they're still emotionally immature. So they still have a ways to go, honestly speaking, until their brain's fully developed. So keep that in mind. And then for other people, this could be a grown adult or even older than you, but they're making, in your view, unwise choices because they're making these emotional decisions and how they're handling the situation, because emotionally they're still stuck at the age where they encountered a trauma. So they're acting that way at this time. And in some cases, it could be you that's honestly reacting from that emotional place that is young because of whatever trauma. So, or maybe you're just not realizing there's life experience you just haven't had yet. Maybe it's you dealing with somebody like this. There's this energy of, conflict that's coming from it, where someone's trying to have a discussion and the other person is taking it wrong because of that emotional immaturity and taking it as conflict or an attack or back and forth, and that's not what it is, or that wasn't the intention. So all that being said, let's go ahead and see what else you need to know about the scenario, or how to deal with it. Let's ask that. What guidance coming through? Okay. So right now, honestly, we have here the runner. So whether it's you that is acting in the immature, emotionally immature side, or whether it's you dealing with somebody that's doing this, they're listening to ego. Their ego is taking over, and so they're avoidant. So this is the kind of person that instead of hearing you out, they'll just block you or avoid you, that kind of a thing. And in some cases, you are that person. So if you are that person, then the guidance for you is to hear the other person out right now, because there's a learning experience in this for you, and there's something you're not understanding clearly right now because you're letting your ego run the show. For other people, if it's the other person that's acting emotionally immature, they've got to come around on their own time. There's nothing you can say to convince them to understand right now. So take your space, focus on yourself, focus on other things. Let time do its thing on this if you're dealing with somebody who's the emotionally immature one. Let's see what else comes through. Yeah, we have here, if you pull back. You need to pull back right now. And even if it's just to take a step back and reflect on the whole thing, there's some reflection needed. This feels like this can be resolved, right? It feels like at the heart of it all, there is still a familiar base, at least with history tied to it all, due to experiences, no matter how long you've actually known this person, that it can be recovered. But like I said, there's a need for reflection. There's a need for some time involved for this matter to kind of rebuild stronger moving forward. And when I say rebuild stronger, it may or may not be that the connection itself gets to a sense of deepness, but more so stronger in terms of there's a strength that develops as a result of the experience. More knowledge, more wisdom, a better way of communicating, a revolution revealed as far as what you value, what you will or will not deal with, things of that nature are the case with it as well. So the stronger part is going to look differently on different people. But yeah, that's what I see at this time. May this be for whoever it's for. You could always book a personal reading with me on my website, and that information is going to be down below in the description. Bye.